Bullseye was on the NFL Network taping an episode for the Insiders, and boy, he loves himself some Bo Nix. Here's what he said, quote, "Bo's a tremendous football player. I'm so grateful I get to protect him and being his blindside protector, giving him all the time in the world. He's a freak of nature. You look at the numbers that he put up last year between him and Jaden Daniels, those were the two young quarterbacks in the league that's going to be very successful, and I have one of them behind me." He went on to say, Bullseye did, quote, "His demeanor, his composure, his work ethic, just always wanting to get better, his arm talent, and just the way he sees it, he has swag, man. He really does."
That makes you feel good, right? Hearing that. So, what we saw last year was pretty dang good. And as an offensive lineman, you love playing with a quarterback that knows what the heck he's doing. And then when things do break down, he makes something happen. It's not always going to be perfect. Peyton threw me a couple bad balls, but I made a play for him.
Yeah.
Always seemed to make a play for him, and he appreciated that.
I bet he
still does.
I bet he did.
Yeah.
Hey, nice hospital ball. Nice hospital ball there, Peyton.
But I'm gonna go up there and catch it for you. And I'll go to the hospital.
That was a real
for
wobbler. That was a real wobbler.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
I got you.
So, Bullseye misses a block or something. Bo had a way, and he had a sixth sense and a good feeling of, when it was time to escape the pocket. And especially with what you dealt with the 2 years before. That makes you appreciate this guy so much more. And he's a rookie. You had Russ doing 360s, and then 720, looking like Tony Hawk out there doing 720s. For no reason. Just spin. I'm over here, I'm over there. Imagine trying to block for the guy. You could. You didn't know where. Yeah, you didn't know where he was going to be.
He's the Sean White of quarterback.
Yes, I was thinking Tony Hawk, but you want to go
same thing.
Yeah,
whether it's on a snowboard or a
right. So the guy was getting so many taking bad sacks as an offensive lineman. That's frustrating. Now you got a young rookie quarterback that is doing the total opposite. So would you appreciate that? You're darn right.
Yeah. I'm so excited to watch Bo this year. I'm so excited to watch year 2 of Bo and Sean.
You're going to love it, brother.
Yeah.
For all this talk about, hey, the second year, that's sometimes a year where the quarterback regresses a little bit. The league has a book on him. Maybe, but because I can't help talk about Bo without talking about Sean. I can't help talking about Sean without talking about Bo. And just this marriage, this collaborative effort between these two, I'm so excited to see what's next, And so for this idea that the book is out on Bo, I think it's going to be a different book this year. Come on, you've been around the NFL forever. Do you really think that Sean Payton opened up his entire book, let's say wherever he was at the peak with Drew Brees, okay? Whatever that playbook looked, whatever the game plans were like, I would say that was like a college level, that was like a 400 level class, and Bo was working in the 100s and 200s this past year.
Yeah.
All right? If more is added on this year, then doesn't that automatically change the book?
Yeah, I'm not worried about people, they got the book on Bo Nix. What do you think? Week 14, 15, they didn't have they got 14 games to watch, 15 games to watch. Now all of a sudden you have an off season, you're going to figure him out? I don't buy that at all. I think maybe early on in a quarterback's career when teams don't have a lot of film on him, they might catch him off guard or surprise, by his athletic ability, certain things like that. But you're talking about a whole season. I think when you look at some of these quarterbacks that maybe don't continue to take steps forward, you look at like C.J. Stroud. Didn't have as good a year as he had the year before, right? His offensive line was banged up, not the same. But all of a sudden, he had playmakers around him that did a really good job for him. Bo, this is the one thing I look at. Bo didn't have a ton of playmakers around him. So it's not like, we're going to lose Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin this year, or they're not. That's not Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Nico Collins. So it's not that top level guys. We can replace these guys. Good players, no disrespect, but Bo did it with not a lot of help around him. Normally when you do it as a rookie, you got a lot of help around you.
There are a lot of star quarterbacks out there that have the supporting cast that Bo probably looks at privately and go, wow, what I could do with that.
And now we got RJ Harvey.
And now we're starting to
now
add
we
to
got
that.
Engram.
Yeah. Okay, like I said, I'm excited. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Remember when Mark Schlereth on his TV show in like the early parts of the show and he didn't think anybody was watching said this?
I'm actually going to go with the Chargers.
When it came to who was more likely to knock off the Chiefs in the AFC West this year, say it ain't so, Stink.
Unbelievable.
Well, apparently Colin Cowherd was talking to Stink or saw that because he likes the Bolts as well.
I think Kansas City is a wild card team, and Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers, now they have their running back situation and offensive tackle set, upgrade at receiver. Last year, the only thing they were missing was juice offensively. Their defense finished almost near the top of the league. It went from last to near first in 1 year. They built the culture last year, but free agency and a draft, and you know Harbaugh's good at the draft. I think they're going to be one of the better teams in the league. I think they're an 11-12 win team, and the Chiefs come into the season, which would concern me, with offensive line issues. So I like the Chargers to win the division.
Wow. What's with all this Charger love out there?
Well, they got a really good coach. They got a young quarterback that is
what?
I'm thinking I knew you were waiting to pounce, Evans. I don't want to say
as
he's
the leader
great.
of the Justin Herbert hate club.
Right.
Not hate, that's too strong a word.
You were ready. He's
Justin
really good.
President of the not buying the Justin Herbert hype club.
He's really good, though. He's won a lot of football games to start his career. I think they're a good match. To Colin Cowherd's point, they've drafted well. They got and when you have a good coach like we feel like we have here with Sean Payton, and you got a good talented group, you're gonna see them improve and get better and better. And we saw the first year what it looked like under Harbaugh. It was much better than what it has been. So, look, if you're a Chargers fan, you're just as excited as Broncos country is right now. You already had your quarterback, but you needed an upgrade around him. They had to retool a little bit, and they've done a good job of that, and they got the right coach now.
If you were doing a tail of the tape between the Broncos and the Chargers, I think I would give the Broncos a slight nod just because I think they're a more balanced all-around team. I think their defense, isn't their defense better, potentially better than the Chargers? And is there enough of a difference between the Broncos defense and the Chargers defense to make up for what I don't think is as big a difference between the Chargers offense and the Broncos offense?
Yeah, I think that I didn't realize that the Chargers defense was that good last year.
They've been good for a while.
Well, Cowherd said they went from last to first in that audio clip, something like that, in 1 year, right? So that's not good from the previous years. I didn't realize that they were that good this year.
I always thought they had better. Maybe I guess I was just always kind of swayed by the talent that they had on defense, and I guess I didn't really.
Yeah, I wasn't
realize that
following
it kind
them
of
that closely.
underachieved. Yeah, exactly.
But last year they were much better, obviously. So, but no, I think the Broncos defense. Yeah, you give a nod to the Broncos defense. I think it's going to be some good games. This division's going to be a really, really good division moving forward. I mean, you had 3 teams that went to the playoffs last year, and you're seeing a division that's going to be one of those where it's almost a coin flip type of division.
Yeah, well, I guess I need to take that back. The Chargers last year gave up 17.7 points per game. The Broncos at 18.3. So I guess there isn't that big of a difference, unless you feel like the Broncos took another step this year.
Exactly.
Okay, and that
I feel like Broncos are going to be better than what they were last year.
Okay.
With their additions, I mean, you added 2 really good playmakers in free agency. Hufanga, safety, Greenlaw, inside linebacker, 2 positions of need. And then, oh, by the way, with your first-round draft pick, you just got drafted a cornerback to add more depth to already a really good secondary. So I think the Broncos are going to take a big step forward again this year and be better than what we saw last year, more consistent. And so, but I'm looking at it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Chargers, Broncos, coin flip.
So I guess if you talk about lay out the keys to this season, you start looking at those 4 games against the Chiefs and Chargers. And the idea that what? Minimum you split? Minimum. If you have any shot at getting to where you want to be in this division and in the AFC, minimum you have to split. And hey, if you can go 3-1 against those two teams, that's the dream. But if you told me right now you'll split with the Chargers, you'll split with the Chiefs, sign me up. I'll take it and run.
Yeah, I think you're right. 3-1. I mean, come on.
3-1, you're probably winning the division.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, split. I mean, we were 0-2 against the Chargers last year.
Right.
Lost both. Still made the playoffs. Still won 10 football games.